Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture, joined by Phil Chambers from WhatCulture, and this is the After News. And Phil, what is the latest on Gunther Stark in NXT?
Yes, so we all know about this by now, obviously.
You know, the Nazi U-boat commander.
On the 13th of January, WWE filed a trademark to get Gunther Stark as a name for all of their things and merchandise and everything else that they do. And then out comes Walter on NXT 2.0, except he's not Walter anymore, is he?
No.
He's Gunther. Yeah.
Just Gunther,
Just
though.
Gunther, though. They didn't mention anything about Stark. And then less than 48 hours after NXT aired, they've filed to, what's the actual term for it? Officially filed an express abandonment of the trademark for Gunther Stark. So they have completely given up all attempts at getting rights for the name Gunther Stark. It's over.
Whew.
There is no more Nazi U-boat commanders in NXT 2.0.
So what's happened here, just to clarify, is they've changed Walter's name to Gunther.
To Gunther.
And that's it. So now he's the guy from the cafe in Friends, right? So can we also stop this argument of, guys, all they did was change him from Walter to Gunther, stop complaining. No, all they did was want to change his name to a Nazi U-boat commander until everyone went, oh, you can't do that. And also, I'm not buying anyone who's like, God, what are the chances are? They just decided on Gunther Stark and,
It just happened to be a Nazi U-boat. And then one day, one of them went on Twitter and was like, guys, I don't think people like this, you know? Like, this is a Nazi U-boat commander. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
Yeah, it just so happened to be it was going to be for the Austrian guy, but you know.
On the show.
Also.
The bloody loves gimmicks as well. You don't know how far they were going to go with this Gunther Stark thing.
And the show that's like, well, the company, I should say, not even just the show, who's like, ugh, you can't have a surname, or if your surname is anywhere near anyone else's, no, that can't happen. They've got Zoe Stark. They've got a Stark. Were they going to be related? Regardless, thank goodness, he's just Gunther now.
I mean,
which I suppose I can get used to.
It's still pretty terrible. I'm just waiting for him to come out next week, and you know, he got his big imposing music and his stance, and then it just says Gunther in like bright yellows and pinks and stuff behind him.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts on that. I mean, not that anyone on the internet has needed any encouragement to chat about all this recently. Right, let's move on and talk some good news surrounding Rey Fenix. Obviously suffered that horror injury when the Lucha Bros lost those AEW tag titles to Jurassic Express a few weeks ago on Dynamite. We were all crossing our fingers that, and as it turned out to be, it was a dislocation, I think, rather than an outright break. I mean,
it looked so bad.
Even so, when I heard dislocation, I thought, well, he's destroyed all the ligaments in that arm then, because we all either saw it live or saw it on a replay like I did, because I thought, oh, Luchasaurus is selling that pretty well. Oh my God, what's happened to Rey Fenix? Or we saw the images doing the rounds on social media. Well, good news coming out of Wrestling Observer Radio, a bit of an injury update saying that apparently Rey Fenix is expected to be back mid-February, and Eddie Kingston, who you may notice was missing from last night's Dynamite, is hopeful to be back in about 3 weeks. I think Sidge was telling me it's orbital bone issues.
Fractured orbital bone.
So, I don't know. There's still a bit of me, because in football, when people hurt their orbital bone or face region, they have those weird Superman masks.
Yeah.
I'm kind of still hoping that maybe he makes a save for Moxley, because Man of the Year, there's two of them, and Moxley's fighting Ethan Page on Friday night's Rampage. But just brilliant news about Rey Fenix.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good stuff. Just the fact that it wasn't a break or anything. It looked so goddamn
Arms
nasty.
aren't supposed to bend that way.
Go backwards, and incredibly lucky, I say lucky, like to just get away with a dislocated elbow from this. And yeah, being back in mid-February is absolute nuts.
Yeah, insane.
When you look at how that... It was so bad.
Just thinking about it, I can picture it in my head. It was a horrible injury. And yeah, I think we're all wanting to see now on Dynamite and on Rampage, not only the return of the Lucha Bros, because they were really enjoyable and had one of the best tag team title matches to win those titles against the Young Bucks, of course. But also, yeah, I think after what we saw to open Dynamite last night, I've seen Miller, I think he gave it a golden up, I believe. Check out Ups and Downs for AEW Dynamite on this channel. But the only other thing we need now is that cathartic reuniting of these two. So yeah, Eddie Kingston hopefully back in 3 weeks.
Together again.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they were still a little bit iffy on the 3 weeks. So long as all goes well with the recovery, it's about 3 weeks, but it could be a little bit more. But it's good news either way.
Get well soon, both of you, and thank goodness it's not a lot worse, because it quite easily could have been.
Very much could have been. But moving over to the last story of the day now, WWE 2K22. There's been a new trailer that has dropped today, and it looks quite exciting. Like, I don't often say this about 2K games, but I'm kind of cautiously optimistic about this one.
Yeah, I'm ready to be hurt again, Phil.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I bought 2K for a few years. It was definitely one of those ones I used to just get as like, I'm your auntie who doesn't know anything about you aside from you work on a wrestling channel. Here's 2K every Christmas. And I'll swear one of them, I don't think it was the recent, the most recent one. I know they've skipped a year, but I don't think it was the most recent one that was just buggered from the get-go. But there was definitely one that I was like, cool, thanks, put it in a drawer, and then
never again.
Never opened it. But I will say, really, really looking forward to playing this. There's like a new gameplay engine they're talking about. We obviously know
totally redesigned engine.
Ray's on the Rey Mysterio is on the cover for
brand
this
new
one.
My GM mode as well, where you get to be Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. It looks like.
Yes, I want to be Postman Pierce every day.
I mean, my biggest takeaway from all of this trailer was all the nonsense going on around it, and how
love the wacky banter.
Wacky banter. Oh, he was running around with his sword. It's like, oh, you've got my sword. And like Rhea Ripley taking video games way too seriously.
Whoa, Rhea.
And Rey Mysterio sort of wanting his son to work in a sweatshop, it seemed like.
Standing on a ladder, just bossing people about. And what was the other bit that I really enjoyed? Oh, yeah. Biggie and Bobby just twatting each other with chairs.
Yes, of course.
As part of the motion capture. Because I suddenly thought,
you do.
Do they actually have to have people do that?
I assume they hit other things. They don't have to hit.
I suppose it's only got to have those weird bobbles on it. It doesn't matter if it's a chair. But I guarantee that someone's like, for the realism, it probably should be a chair.
My biggest takeaway from this, though, and what should probably be the title of this video, and definitely the thumbnail, Alexa Bliss started off this video. And you know who she was on a swing set with?
Don't say it.
Lily. Lily is alive and well. She's just working in the 2K offices. She's got a new career.
It's not DLC of 3 different Undertakers you can play out. Instead, you can win the Royal Rumble as Lily.
That kind of.
Why did I just speak that out loud? Just that sentence terrifies me.
Do you remember like Daytona USA, the car racing thing where you get to ride around on a horse? It'd be like that, but it's Lily in a video game.
Please no, WWE. Please don't do that. But do let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts, our AEW Dynamite review, and our Get the Table about who should potentially win this year's Royal Rumble is available right now. Plus, you can let us know your thoughts and Twitter questions for me and Andy tomorrow morning at WhatCulture WWE. Watch there. Follow both of us. You can follow Phil Chambers at
Phil My Chambers, and you can follow Adam at
Adam Wilborn. You can follow us all at WhatCulture WWE, as I said. But this has been your After News. My thanks to Phil Chambers. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.